It's February, and for most of us in the Northern Hemisphere, that means cold, wet days and long nights doing everything you can just to try to stay warm. You've got spring fever and you've got it bad. Well, I've got the cure. How does this sound? 75 degrees, palm trees swaying in the breeze, and a bluebird sky day. That's wintertime in Miami. And February in Miami can only mean one thing. That's the Miami International Boat Show. Now, the Miami Boat Show heralds in the new boating year, and in fact, it's so big it takes up the entire Miami Convention Center inside and out, plus 2 marinas. Now, you'll see everything here from dinghies to mega yachts and everything in between. So if you want to see what's new for this boating season, stick around. It's all coming up on this Nuts and Bolts adventure.
Coming to a boat show can be very overwhelming. A lot of boat shows have tons of boats. Matter of fact, here at the Miami Boat Show, we have 3,000 boats. But if you get to like the Atlanta Boat Show or another boat show, you may have only 1,000 boats. But still, walking into a boat show where there's 1,000 boats can be very overwhelming. So the key is narrow it down to 3 or 4 manufacturers that you're very happy with. Do your research online ahead of time, ask around all the marinas, ask your friends who own boats, find you a few manufacturers that you really like. Determine the category. Do you want a center console? Do you want a bow rider? Do you want a cruiser? Determine your category and your brand of boat. Then when you show up at the boat show, you just have 20 or 30 boats to look at. You don't have 500 boats to try to look at. You can spend your time, dig through those boats, get more details, narrow it down to finally 1 or 2, then start your negotiation process with those dealers for those final couple of boats you're looking at.
You know, they say the best 2 days of owning a boat are the day you buy your boat and the day you sell your boat. Well, it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, for a lot of folks, their best memories are the times they spend on the water with family and friends. But if you're in the market for a new boat, it's best to be well armed with the information you need to make the right choice. We're going to put you on the right path on your quest for new boat nirvana.
A lot of people today are repowering those old boats that they've had forever that they really love, and they want to replace it with clean, fuel-efficient 4-cycle engines. Predominantly, the 4-cycle engines are a little bit heavier, so make sure when you're making that choice that that engine does work in combination with your boat.
Okay, so Keith, I've come to the boat show with the intention of buying a boat, but how do I know how much boat I can afford?
Right, and here's a big example. I always kind of compare it to the automobile industry because everybody understands cars. The standard bank loan for an automobile in the United States is 5 years. Primarily because the depreciation for a car is 5 years before it levels out. The standard bank loan for a boat in the United States is 10 years.
Wow.
Because the depreciation curve for a boat is about 10 years before it levels out. Which typically means is if you're looking in the same price range as you are a car, your payments will be about half what they would be in your car. Or if you're looking at the same range, you can get twice as much boat as you could car for the same payment. Well, actually, there's really 5 major financials associated on the boat. The cost of the boat is the number one, the most expensive. The next thing is the storage of the boat. If you have a way to tow it and you have a place to put it at your house, you've saved yourself the biggest expense outside on your boat. The next thing will be the maintenance of the boat. I usually tell people about 1% of the cost of the boat, expect that to have maintenance costs all the time. Then you got the fuel of the boat. The fuel is actually pretty down the bottom. And then insurance. Insurance is typically about half of a similar price car. So what tends to be is insurance and fuels tends to be a lot less than people think, but storage ends up being a whole lot more than people think.
Now, the National Marine Manufacturers Association, what does the NMMA do, and what does it mean to me as a new boat purchaser by having and selecting a boat from a manufacturer that has been certified by the NMMA?
All right, first of all, there's a set of standards right here the Coast Guard has that all boats have to meet, so we know they all meet that. There's a higher set of standards put on by the American Boat and Yacht Council, and all these boats are NMMA certified boats. So what that automatically tells me is those boats, those manufacturers voluntarily build to a higher set of standards. And one of those examples is a bilge pump. The Coast Guard has no requirements whatsoever for a bilge pump in a boat. The American Boat and Yacht Council, NMMA certified boats, do have requirements for a bilge pump. So as a consumer, you don't necessarily have to go dig around the boat and see if it's built up to a certain set of quality. When it does certified, you know it's built to that set of quality. And the other thing I'd say is almost 80% of boats produced in the United States is built to this higher set of standards. They're NMA certified boats. As a consumer, why would I want to go buy from somebody who still does the bare minimum to get by when the majority of the industry builds to the higher set of standards?
Fantastic. Now that, to me, as a potential boat owner, if I'm looking, how do I know that this boat's been certified and that boat hasn't?
Right. All the boats that are certified will carry a little sticker on them. Ask any sales guy, he should be able to point out that sticker on that boat. Also, one of the things it means is certified boats are 7 times less likely to be recalled than non-certified boats.
Well, 3 days at the Miami Boat Show has really been an eye-opening experience. In fact, you might say it's been overwhelming. I would encourage you to take the time to go to an NMMA boat show near you because the choices are endless. The right boat that's right for you might be sitting right there. I'm Captain Cephas McRae, and we'll see you next time on another Nuts and Bolts adventure.